Muchísimas gracias. Thank you to the Hispanic Heritage Awards. Thank you to the sponsors and to the Kennedy Center as well. This is an amazing honor, and it's to be with all of these great honorees. It's really, truly, truly an amazing moment for myself. You know, I grew up in poverty on a dirt street in Las Cruces, New Mexico. And in fact, we lived in a neighborhood that was so poor that the last meningitis epidemic in America swept through our neighborhood. But because of wonderful organizations like Head Start, the Public Library, and Girl Scouts, it's the reason I'm standing here today. They all offered me formative experiences that were incredibly pivotal in my life. And now I have the great opportunity within Girl Scouts to open up the doors of opportunity like those organizations opened up the door of opportunity for me. Did you know almost every female astronaut that was in space was a Girl Scout? Half of all female elected officials in America, Girl Scouts. 60% of the congresswomen, Girl Scouts. 75% of the female senators, Girl Scouts. All 3 female secretaries of state, Girl Scouts. And because they gave me the fundamental tools and skills to be successful, just like all those other amazing women as well. And so I am so grateful for all the teachers, the librarians, my mentors, y mi familia, that really helped me to be able to be here. And so every day, I work hard to make sure that the doors of opportunities that were wide open for me are wide open for all of those that are in the rising generation. So muchísimas gracias y buenas noches.
Muy buenas noches. Le quiero dar el agradecimiento primordialmente a mi madre, que ha sido mi compañera, mi amiga, y que esta noche está aquí. Thank you, Hispanic Heritage Foundation, for this great recognition. I stand before you humbled and full of gratitude to be among these amazing damas, mujeronas, energizing, fearless, trailblazing Latinas. I have the privilege of representing the YWCA USA. We are the oldest and largest women organization in the nation, serving 1,200 communities through our more than 200 YWCAs across the country for over 160 years. 160 years. We have provided childcare, after-school program, workforce development, women entrepreneurship, helping women run for office. And most importantly, we are the largest providers of services for survivors of domestic violence. So we like to say that not all YWCAs have pools, but we help women when they feel like they're drowning. We are the safe place where women come when their bodies and souls are hurt and tired, when their minds need rest and restoration. Our sisterhood uplifts and empowers women. And by lifting and empower women, we also empower our community. Because that's what women do. We get up and do the work. We make things better, not just for us, but for future generation. I stand in partnership with Girl Scout League of Women Voters, Justice for Women. Not only do we call on Mother Earth, on Lady Liberty, on Lady Justice to remind us what we hold so true and sacred, but we're calling on you. We call on you to make sure that we stand up and we are counted, to be counted in the next census, to make our voices heard. To make our voices heard in the next election, and to demand environmental justice to help heal our planet. But we must keep shaping, nurturing, empowering the million of women and girls who will change the world. The YWCA's mission is simple and clear: eliminating racism, empowering women, promoting peace, justice, freedom, and dignity for all. So let's do this together. Thank you.
I want to thank the Hispanic Heritage Foundation. Antonio Tijerino, thank you so much for this tremendous honor. And my compañeras aquí, gracias por lo que haces. You guys are so amazing, such perfect examples of true leadership. And I want to thank the League of Women Voters for trusting me with this historic organization. Our organization will turn 100 years old next year. And we have more than 760 leagues throughout the United States, so if you want to get involved in these elections, I recommend that you find your local League of Women Voters so you can help us. I want to thank my fiancé who puts up with me for all my hard work when I'm not home a lot, my family, especialmente mi madre de crianza, Paula Torres, una boricua, who raised me to believe in social justice, and who took me to vote for the first time, where she was turned away because she was a brown woman. And she taught me that our vote is not only for us, but to give every person who is disenfranchised from the ballot box their voice. Every undocumented immigrant in this country, every person who is incarcerated, every person living in Puerto Rico, Washington, D.C., the U.S. Virgin Islands, and every other territory whose voice is not heard because they don't have fair representation. We have to vote. We have to vote. It is so important. And let us not forget, as we enter the 100th year, the 100th anniversary of the 19th Amendment and women having the right to vote, that not all women had the right to vote in 1920. Black women, brown women, Asian women, Native American women were not granted the right to vote fully until 1965 with the Voting Rights Act. Which is why we are also fighting to restore the Voting Rights Act, to make sure that every single person's vote is counted and everybody is represented at the ballot box. So that's why I'm also asking all of you tonight to please not forget to vote, because it is our power, and we have the power to change this entire country with our vote. Thank you so much. Gracias. Buenas noches.
Good evening, and thank you. Thank you to my hermano, Tony, and the entire Hispanic Heritage Foundation familia, and their familias who make the work possible by supporting the great mission of the organization. I'm so honored to be here, to be among the Latinas who are representing all of the Latinas in this country, who are hustling every day and bringing the best we've got every day forward. I'm really so humbled to also be among the other awardees who are presented awards tonight. I'm the daughter and granddaughter of migrant farm workers. And that is where I always start my story, because if it weren't for my great-grandparents and my grandparents and my parents who crisscrossed this country picking the fruits and vegetables that we eat and taught us what it meant to be resilient and strong, and to be hard workers, and to believe that we could have and be anything that we want to be in this world, I wouldn't be in front of you today. So I accept this recognition on behalf of the farm workers and restaurant workers and other food workers who feed us, I accept it on behalf of the domestic workers who care for our families every single day. The housekeepers, the janitors, the groundskeepers who tend buildings like this one, and offices and other places where we do our work and do our business. If it weren't for these less visible workers, none of our work would be possible. But the thing is that even though their work is so critical, and their work makes all of our work possible, many of these workers still do not have the basic rights that every worker in this country should have. And that is not right. And none of us can rest until we win rights for all workers, because all work and all workers are valuable. When it comes to who we are as a community and who we are as a culture, I think that that was best embodied in many ways in the Dear Sisters letter that we wrote to our sisters in Hollywood who were sharing some of the most tragic and horrific experiences that they had when they came forward almost 2 years ago to talk about sexual violence against them. That letter is an example of love. And our community consistently and repeatedly leads with love. And it is that leadership, leading with love, that is going to make this country the best country it can possibly be. But we have to all have the opportunity to shine, to show our magic, to show how much we love, and to make our communities better together. And that won't be possible until the least visible worker and the most marginalized person among us is centered. So I ask you, my friends, to join me as we lift up the most marginalized and the least visible and all of their power, because it is their power that will truly help us win. And we will win with love, and we will create the world of our dreams if we do it together by ensuring that those workers who we don't see or hear enough from are at the center. Thank you.